Hello everyone, you are all welcome to lecture number 669, and that in the continuation of the process of writing of PhD thesis or MSc dissertation or even undergraduate research project. We need all these steps. So now today I am going to discuss about the importance of writing aims and objectives to write the thesis. What is the importance of aims and objectives? So first let me tell you about aims. When I am saying aims means you might be having more than one aim. If it is only one aim, then you should mention in your thesis, dissertation or project report aim. But if it is more than 1, 2, 3, 4 aim, then you have to write in plural, that is aims. And the same in the case of objective also. If objective is only one, then you can mention that objective. But if you have more than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 objectives, then you have to put in plural form means objectives. So let me define what is aim. Actually, aim is your intention. Aim is your thought. Aim is your hope. Aim is your wish. Aim means it has broad meaning. Your intention is to do such research work for your thesis. That is aim. So aim is your intention and thinking and thought. And objective is your action. Objective is very specific. And objective is very precise to your thesis. Aim can be broad, but objective cannot be broad. For example, you are coming to chemistry department is your aim. So it's broad meaning you are coming to chemistry department. Chemistry department may be to attend the lecture, maybe to attend the seminar, maybe to attend the practical work, because diversification is there. There may be lot of possibilities. That is aim. It has broad meaning. It is not specific to come to department. That is your first aim. But doing the phytochemical screening is your objective. That is very specific. So you are coming to department is your broad meaning, is your intention, and doing specific test and screening is your objective. And if suppose you are doing objective and at the same time you are doing extraction and again you are doing pharmacological action, then there are objectives because you are doing 3-4 things. It is not only extraction, it is not only screening, it is not only testing. You are doing pharmacology, you are doing testing, you are doing structural elucidation. So all together they are different objectives, but they are very specific. And your objective is your action, doing action for your PhD work. Your aim is your intention. It's very clear. There should not be mixed up. Secondly, there must be matching of your aims and objectives. That is very important. If it is mismatch of your aims and objectives, there will be problem in your thesis writing, and your examiner will not be happy once he will see that it is mismatched. For example, your aim is to do the phytochemical screening of the leaves of acacia or ziziphus. So that is your aim, to do the phytochemical screening of the leaves of ziziphus. Then in objective, if you are writing that the phytochemical screening of root, the phytochemical screening of seeds, there is a mismatch because you are mentioning their leaves and here you are mentioning seeds and flowers. So there is mismatch. Sometimes mismatch is like that even the plants are not mentioned the same. So always your intention, your expectation, your hope, that is all your thought, should be matched with your specific objectives. If it is mismatched, then there is problem in your thesis. And this is very important section of your thesis, to have proper aim and very good specific objectives. And when we are writing objectives, we can say that it should be measurable. You have to measure it in time. Whether your objective is going to be achieved within framework, time, that is called measurement of your time management. It is very important. Then second one is availability of resources. So these are all very, very important factors when you are writing the objective. You have to measure availability of resources, your financial, your lab infrastructure, and then your timing. It should not exceed. Then your objective is, we can say in broad meaning, it is two. It is divided into two. One is called primary objective. Primary objective, if I am saying, this is out of my personal experience, I am sharing what is the meaning of primary objective. The reason is that when I was doing PhD work, once my experimentation, write-up, everything was over, then I was waiting for my supervisor to give the green signal. At that time it was typing, and by typewriter, and then Xerox, we call it photocopy, not that from this laser printer. It was not print out, it was photocopy, Xerox, to go for that. But I was not getting permission from him. So primary objective means, primary objective is in the hands of candidate to design your experiment, to do your experimentation, to write your methodology, your references, everything is done by candidate. That is called primary objective. So first thing is that your primary objective should be achieved, and that achievement of primary objective is by candidate, by PhD or master's student. Then second one is called secondary objective. Secondary objective is supervisor. That is very important to understand. Primary objective, you are captain of your ship. You have done everything. But there, if you are failing in your primary objective, is your failure, not your supervisor's failure. What I mean to say, suppose your objective is not very clear. Your objective was not very focused, very specific. It is mixed up with your methodology, with your experimentation, with your discussion, you are lost. So it is your problem. You have created the problem and you are the solution of your problem. That is your primary objective. You fail to meet your primary objective. Unless you are successful in your primary objective, then everything is good, well written, well documented. All tables, experimentation, discussion, every referencing is all approved by the supervisor. Then secondary one comes, where your supervisor is happy, it is good, all the sections are to his satisfaction. When both primary and secondary objectives are met, your thesis is clear. That's why I said in the very beginning, whatever good work you are doing, as per your claim, doesn't guarantee success in PhD work. It may not be to the satisfaction of your PhD supervisor, professor. That is what you say, that you have done a lot of work, lot of experimentation, lot of purification and instruction, determination, but your supervisor is not ready. So that is not supervisor's problem. It means you are missing something somewhere. So this is all about aims and objectives. So here, the importance of aims and objectives of the thesis, that is PhD and master's thesis, dissertation. Aims. What is aims? So number one is intention very clear? It is your thought, it is your intention, or what you wish to do, or what you hope, or your expectation to achieve out research work. What you are expecting is all your thinking, your intention, not action. That is your aims or aim. Very clear for all, because many of the scholars, PhD students, once they are coming to join to the research lab, research work is very tedious and complex. You have to follow stepwise. If you are confused, if you are committing blunder to mix up with aims and objectives, it will affect your thesis writing. So your aim should be very clear. Sometimes they are confused. They don't understand the difference between aims and objectives. Your objective is your action, is your work. Aim is your intention to achieve the work. Aim has broad meaning and it is not specific. I told you about chemistry department. Even if suppose you are saying that you are going to mosque, going to masjid or mosque is your aim, broad meaning. But nothing is known what you are going to do, whether you are going to clean the masjid, or whether you are going to get some water from there, or whether you are going to attend some students, or whether you are going to for prayer, for Maghrib prayer, or maybe for Isha prayer. But if it is saying that you are going to mosque to pray, that is specific, which you are going to pray for Maghrib. That is called specific, that is your objective. Your going to mosque is aim and praying is your specific objective. And number two, aims are usually written in broad term and it has broad concept. I have already told you, it has broad meaning and it has broad concept. It is not specific. And number three, one thing is important. Each aim should be matched with a specific objective. I have given enough explanation that aims should be matched with your specific objective, and if it is not matched, there is problem in your thesis writing. Then come to objectives. Number one, objective is a step taken to achieve aim. So it is the action. You have taken this step, whatever your intention is to achieve that one. That is your objective, it's very specific. And objective is an action taken to realize the thought. Aim was only thought, I told you, aim was only intention. But objective is action. You are going to act on it to achieve your aim, your goal. And number two, objective is very specific statement. It is a very specific focused statement. And objective should be smart. If you are not smart, your objective will not be smart. Very specific, very clear, crystal clear in chemistry term. Not amorphous crystal. And objective is specific, denote precisely what you are going to do. Very precisely you mention in objective that what you are going to do. Pharmacological action, structure determination, and testing, that's a specific. Number three, objective should be measurable, means time factor. You have to measure it. It should not take years and months. When you are going to achieve your objective. you should know that when you are going to achieve your objective. B, achievable means what your objective is. Within that framework, you should be sure that you are going to achieve it. That is achievable. So measurable within time, achievable, you are going to achieve it within as per the available time frame. Not very ambitious. You should not make very lengthy objectives, very ambitious. Only you make that objective which you can achieve, which is achievable. And number C, realistic. It should be realistic. Means what your objective is, whether you are going to get it, you are going to reach your goal or not. Realistic means it should be matching as per your available resources. I mean, it should be realistic means your finance, your lab infrastructure, availability of reagents, chemicals, instrumentation. You have to see so that you have to be realistic. And number D, time constraint. Determine when each segment of your thesis needs to be completed without delay. So your introduction, literature review, methodology, experimentation, result and discussion, referencing, all should be that is with time constraint, and you should be very sure that you are going to get it within time, it is not delayed. There are mainly two types of objectives. One is called primary objective, I have already told you in detail, means everything, design, implementation, writing, all is in your hand. That is in the hands of candidate, that is called primary objective. And primary objective, if you are failing, it is your failure, it is not your supervisor's failure. And then the primary objective must be achieved because it is in your hand and it is your work, like experimentation, design, methodology, all this is in the hands of candidate. The second one is secondary objective. Secondary objective means it is the interest of supervisor, whether you have done good work or not, or how much time it has taken, and whether it is heavy work, dull, and your supervisor is not happy with that lengthy heavy work, then it's your problem. It's not your supervisor's problem. So there should not be mismatching of primary and secondary objectives also of the candidates as well as supervisors' objective. So with this I will stop. Thank you very much for watching the lecture.